Do you want to know what the difference in lighting quality can do for your video content? In today's video, I'm going to share with you my lighting setup as well as some basic lighting setups that you probably are dealing with right now and ways to be able to work around that. So when it comes to lighting, this is a very important thing when it comes to video content, especially if you're not outside or even if you are outside. Lighting plays a key role in how in the world do you look. So right now I have all my lighting set up. I'm going to go ahead and turn all of it off, and we're going to start from the top. All right, we're going to start right here. So I literally only have my computer screen on right now. I have nothing else on. I've got a window that's letting some sunlight in, but that's even got some shade over it. Not completely, but it's got some shade over it. And so that's what you're seeing right now. Not a lot. And if I actually, if I turn off my monitor, it's even worse. So you can see what we have here. I look purple when I have the monitor on. There you go. All right. And depending on what screen you have on, it also will change that. So I've got dark mode on, so it's a little bit better. But if I go to something with light mode, there we go. It's even brighter. Again, depends on the size of your screen as well. But that will change what you look like on the screen. So you have to keep this in mind as well as you're creating this video content. Let me go ahead and turn on the overhead lights. As you can see, after this option, I will no longer have the overhead lights on, but it is very bad. You can see now I've got like a shadow chin. So instead of a double chin, I've got a shadow chin. Great stuff. But you can see where my forehead, my eyes have shadows. There's a ton of shadow just casting down. So having light over you isn't necessarily a great thing. And so if you're in a small room, I recommend not having the lights on because they're just overpowering unless if you can really adjust them in some way, shape, or form. Even when I turn on my front facing light, just a little ring light, it still doesn't help out any. Or helps out just a little bit, but not enough. Let me go ahead and turn off the overhead light again. And so we'll go here now to our ring camera. As you can tell, it's a lot better than it was when I only had the computer monitor on and some natural light coming in, but it's still not that great quality. And so you can really buy any kind of bigger ring lights. I got the GVM CR or I97 TLC I97 LED lights. These have been really good for me, and I will go ahead and turn them on at this point for you. So if you notice, I do have a light behind me. This is something also that I've added. But as you can tell, the lighting is a lot better, but it can get even better. And so what I do is actually my left light is a little bit brighter than the right light here on me. They're also at different levels. One has more white light in it versus the yellow or brown light. I don't know all these technical terms for lighting, so bear with me. I'm telling you just as somebody is experiencing this, not some lighting and audio engineer here. But then the right one is a little bit more dim. The brightness on both of them are set a little bit different as well. So you get a little bit more light from this way versus this way. Kind of have some more contrast there on myself. I still have the ring light before me. But the final thing I want to share with you is the light behind me, because this actually helps create separation for you from your background. It also helps out with a little bit of the shadows that are still cast behind me because of the brightness of the light. So I'm still working on creating better lighting, but it's always going to be a work in progress. I feel like lighting is always that thing that is a work in progress. So now I've got the final light behind me. So I've got now 4 lights essentially. One almost at, one on each 45, one directly in front of me, and then behind me I've got one that helped kind of get me from the background. Again, still working on this, but having that professional lighting will be super helpful for you to have better, more crisp video content. Will help your video editor with video editing rather than trying to focus in on you. And as you can see, I actually still had my monitor on a white background, which then you can totally tell a difference there too. So lighting is one thing that you're always going to have to kind of touch up. I feel like I'm constantly touching up on these.